Leaving the port of Dakar, they made a stop at Cape Verde, carrying out the necessary resupply and the final division of whatever agreements had arisen. At first, Ifeani's mother and his sisters were with her. All of them were violently separated and never saw each other again. From there, the ship split into two fleets. The one carrying Kalinda set course for North America, specifically for the English station port of Virginia, while the other sailed for Europe. Somewhere in the middle of that dreadful journey, they were chased by French naval frigates searching for pirates and the occasional lucky treasure. The slave ships managed to escape into the haze by emptying their holds of the excess cargo. The godless men threw people into the sea by the dozens until the captain finally said enough. In this way, they regained the necessary speed to avoid the frigate's cannons. Then a storm struck them, and several dozen slaves died, as they were not accustomed to living or traveling at sea. Whatever the weather might be, many would have perished anyway. At other times, scurvy spread among them, and they either vomited or defecated on one another. This, of course, was good for those who remained alive, as they had more space to breathe. As a last team, they were flags and heavily loaded with cannons. One galley carried 30 cannons on each side, enough to cause great damage or completely destroy smaller vessels. It was accompanied by a smaller but far more agile caravel, which had fewer cannons and more empty space in its holds, so that it could carry whatever was seized. The Portuguese, departing from Cape Verde, were escorted by a caravella, much lighter vessel with ample empty space in its holds. Servint as a carré de la grande dame, as galleon was. This caravel usually stayed behind, giving the galleon enough time to escape, until it too could slip away, being the faster of the two. The galleon was enormous and unwieldy, understandably so, considering it had to carry so much cargo. Yet it was highly capable in naval battles and could defend itself with distinction. Nevertheless, it preferred to avoid confrontations so as not to find itself surrounded by many smaller ships. It somehow had to lighten its load in order to slip away, always fighting and usually pursued. How does a ship become lighter? By throwing overboard the expendable cargo. They certainly were not about to throw away the tobacco or ce coton. Those, after all, were worth far more than all the slaves combined. And so this cost them several more dozen slaves, as well as some delay, until they could repair the damage sustained in the naval battles.